On time.
Sakto. Hey.
Okay.
I hope our viewers are aware we're gonna be live at 3
Well, I
today.
forgot to remind them this morning because I had to go back to Manila.
We
But again,
posted
they will be
araw.
notified. Huh?
I think we posted something the other day
Yeah, we
that we're
posted
gonna.
something on Tuesday, but
Uh,
just remind people will be notified
Oh,
when we
lalabas
go
naman yung
online.
notif eh. So,
Oh,
fair.
there. Alang-alang sa'yo, Emil, magpo-post din ako sa Twitter.
yeah.
How did you guys spend your Christmas? Glendale, hello, Glendale is here. What's up, Glendale?
What's good, Doc G? Happy holidays, man.
Happy holidays, Doc G. Ano ba yung mga I love you solo na yan, Nak? Yes.
Speaking of,
Hey,
Yeah.
Bruce, what's up?
Bruce.
Bruce, ano
Yan.
ba yung I love you solo na yan? Ba't mo sinasabi palagi?
He was saying it so much and nagtanong na yung
Oo nga eh.
was that your mom, Bruce, who asked you?
Medyo nagugulan ako, Nak eh.
Mac, the usual. Sinong Derb, hello.
Oh, see, our usuals are here.
There you go.
Wala kang tiwala, Nate eh.
Oo nga.
Jace,
But my
hello.
Christmas was kind of a downer. The rain prevented us from having our usual reunion. It was that bad. Like in 30 or so years that we've been having reunions every Christmas, other than COVID, this was the only time na rain delay kami.
Rain delay ang puta.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we have to reschedule it.
Damn.
The rain was really bad on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
going to
dude.
Christmas morning. There were reports na may mga lugar dito na binaha. Well, not here in Naga, but
I wouldn't be
in
surprised. Yeah.
other towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it really rained nonstop. Like like from hapon of Christmas Eve until the morning na. It was
Actually, yeah,
It's
yesterday
nonstop.
was the first time na I was walking through Binondo on Christmas Day tapos maulan. Kind of weird. Didn't feel
Yeah,
like
that
Christmas in that sense.
climate change is real, y'all.
I mean, I just hope we di muna sa New Year's Eve because that would be a downer.
Not exactly. I mean, kung walang paputok, I'd be happier. So much happier.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of over fireworks.
Yeah, especially now na I live with the dogs, diba? Parang, yeah, fireworks can go away.
Yung bubble na lang,
Movie,
nakita
call me
niyo yun,
if
yung
you want.
sa TikTok.
Mm.
People are, instead of fireworks, people are using bubble machines.
Yeah, sure.
So that's
Yeah,
pretty cool,
sure.
yeah.
Oh.
That's cool. Does it make a lot of noise? It's also fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kasalanan ni Denise Julia.
I mean, out
mean,
of all the days, really, Christmas Day, come on.
Di
Kung
kasi
ibang
siya
paputok gusto
nagbayad.
nyo, okay lang naman. Diba? Pwede pa nga kayo magpaputok sa loob kung gusto nyo. Basta may consent, diba? Pwede rin yun.
Yes.
Basta huwag yung maingay. Kung gusto yung magpaputok ng ano yun, ng flatulence ninyo, okay lang din. Speaking of, it would be super funny on a very immature note if you let your flatulence go at exactly 000000. You would literally
Sorry.
start your year with a bang.
Basta walang sumabit.
Oh, basta walang skid mark.
Bruce, I don't know, man. Do you like black girls? I know you're an
Like
Asian.
music, Bruce.
I know you're an Asian type of guy, Asian girl kind of guy. So
I mean, people are calling her the Blasian baddie.
yeah, but you know, Asian in the sense na Oriental, Eastern, Far Eastern.
Yeah.
All right, time to shut up now.
I'm the best wrestler in the world. My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
What do we want to talk about?
Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
I'm home.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appeared.
Hello, my name is Ilya Dragunov.
It's LA Knight's game. Yeah.
She's on me, bitch.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff Cobb.
You have a father, but your father's dead.
G'day everyone, TMDK Sniper of the Skies, Robbie Eagles here.
And you're listening.
You're listening.
And you're listening.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast. Yeah.
I love you, Solo. I love you, Solo. I love you, Solo.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Happy holidays. An advance Happy New Year to those who celebrate. Happy Boxing Day. Sana masarap yung mga kinain ninyo over the last couple of days.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sige, I will take it from here. Merry Christmas, y'all. It's Ro, Stan, and Emil. Stan will be here if he can, but, it's getting bad out there. I think hindi pa nakakahabol yung internet connection niya from the Christmas feasts, if you will. So, how is everyone doing? How was your Christmas? I know we talked about it over the pre-show, but habang nandito na tayo on the 26th, how is everyone doing on the day after?
Doing good, doing fantastic. Just had a normal day kahapon because of my work. But I really just spent the whole day watching sports, watching the Christmas games. See, wala na magagawin eh. I just did a couple of things and then I was pretty much free for the rest of the day. Yeah, but wala namang ginawa eh. Nag-timing lang ako and then I just watched.
Sige,
I just watched the NBA.
Sabihin namin sa employer mo yan.
They put it on the record for everybody.
They know because nag-screenshot yun eh, and I'm watching. I don't care. I'm watching in my PC. Well, again, when I'm doing nothing, what can I do? So
okay lang yun ngayon, Emil. Sa next appraisal mo dun lalabas.
Iba na talaga si Emil Nate.
I'm getting more, so it's not really affecting my standing. So
Di Merry Christmas din sa'yo.
Oh. Buti pala si Emil Nate eh. I'm getting more. O, nasan yung paambon namin, Ninong Emil?
Oo nga. Nag-invest kami sa'yo. Nasaan yung return namin?
Wala kang utang na loob, ah. Mga kabataan talaga ngayon ang puta. Right. It's a special live stream for us here. It's our last live stream for 2024, our last episodes for the year as well. And for those of you who have been following the podcast for years, you know that we always end the year with our Yearend Awards. And in this case, since AEW also decided to end their year with a pay-per-view, magpe-predictions din tayo for Worlds End. So we got a lot to talk about on the last episodes of the pod for 2024. But before we get to all of that, Ninong Emil, na sobrang yaman pala, please let the people know how they can support the podcast.
Para yumaman ka pa.
Yun. Pambunan nyo naman kami, no? Alright, so if you want to support the podcast, you can do it in two ways now. You can do it at with Patreon or Gank. The link's right there below, patreon.com/wrestling podcast and ganknow.com/wrestling2xpod. There's a lot of benefits, there's a lot of perks, Discord server, review content, discounts sa service fees na pasabay. Parang meron pa yung special treatment naman sa mga viewing parties. You have your own special table. You can ask us anything as well. Pwede natin ilagay sa live stream. So, yun. So, just support the podcast. By subscribing to either one of those, just support the podcast. going strong, going into its 11th year, and as we near our 1,000 episode mark. So thank you guys for supporting us all throughout the years. And you can also continue supporting us by subscribing to either Patreon, so patreon.com/wrestling podcast, and ganknow.com/wrestling2xpod for only $5 to 250 to 270 pesos in our local currency.
Hey
At yung
guys,
mga
tawag
sige,
dun,
go.
sorry. To add to that last bit, Patreon can get really finicky when it comes to payment. So if you want to make sure that if you intend to support us long term, and you want to make sure you keep supporting us without any gaps, Gank seems to be the more reliable one. Lalo na you can pay via Gcash. So if you're thinking of helping us out, I suggest you look into supporting us via Gank.
Lahat ng support nyo makakadagdag yan sa bank account ni Million Peso Man Emil Nate.
Well, not yet million. Come on. Hindi mo naman
Not yet,
maabot.
not yet. Papunta na lang doon. Malapit na.
Malapit na,
Yeah.
malapit na.
Yeah.
Ina, this is it. This is the live stream for this week. Ito na yun. Inagaan namin because, we
Alam namin,
got
kakain pa
family
kayo
and friends.
mamaya.
We want to see. Oh, yun. Kakain din tayo mamaya. So, we're gonna do it in the afternoons. Total, a lot of you are taking it easy like Million Peso Man Emil Nate over here. So, agaan na natin yung live stream natin. All right. We just gotta let everyone know before we also start na as of right now, December 26, ako mismo, hindi ko alam anong status ng WWE on Netflix in the Philippines. Okay?
Yeah,
So marami dyan na nagpo-post na anong status, saan siya ere come 2025. And I'll be the first to tell you, I do not know. Okay? So wag tayo mag-a-assume nang hindi natin alam. Kasi ako
We
mismo
thought
hindi
we
ko rin
knew.
alam.
We thought we knew.
Yeah.
Netflix posted the thing, and then now it's not there anymore. So I think we all got worked at right now. Even the people at Netflix PH.
Yeah. So nobody really knows here in the Philippines aside from, I guess, the powers that be.
Si Mr. Ovation, alam niya siguro.
Oh, so if you have any questions, tanong nyo na lang kay Mr. Ovation, okay? We don't know. That's why we don't know if we wanna. Are we still doing the next plug?
Yes. You know why?
Okay, sure.
Because Blast TV is still a part of the Converge and Netflix plan. So whether you're watching WWE on Netflix maybe in the next month, possibly, or via Blast TV, meron yan sa Converge and Netflix plan. So I believe it's the X plus N plan, which our good friend of the podcast, Owen Babasa, is also promoting on his social media. I got my TV box just earlier today. So I can finally, I can finally browse Blast TV on that thing on my TV without having to go to the website or having to download an app. So I can now watch the weekly WWE shows, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, and syempre the pay-per-views on WWE Network kasi I can install the WWE app on this TV box, the Experience box. So go check that out. Go fiber.ph. Emil's about to register an upgrade, and I'm gonna start enjoying it after we finish this live stream. So go check that out. It's for as low as plan 1798, around 1,800 pesos, 1,800. May Netflix basic siya. It's the basic plan. You can go all the way up to Netflix premium for on plan 2298. The best part is all of these plans come with the 300 Mbps maximum speeds. It is super fast, yo. And whether or not we keep watching WWE on Blast TV or on Netflix, fortunately for us wrestling fans, Converge has it covered. So go check that out.
Yeah, so there. Something to keep an eye out on. Again, regarding the actual status, the fact that we have WWE Network, yun na lang muna, I think that's a safe bet. You know?
Yeah, if you want to listen to Stan, WWE Network safe bet, yeah.
Yes, WWE Network is a
Malay
safe bet.
natin pag nalipat yung pag na-upload yung VOD ng Raw ng weekly TV, baka may Tagalog commentary na.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if and when that is in the cards. All right, let's get to some actual wrestling talk. We're going to start with AEW Worlds End. So as of recording, December 26, it's a Thursday, 8 yung announced matches sa Worlds End. But that could change after Rampage or Collision. I'm not sure kung meron pa. Meron pa ba? May Collision pa ba before?
No, there's no
End?
Collision this week. I think they're taping the last Rampage na rin. They just taped it no weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
So the Rampage will be the last one before the show.
Yun. So, another match could be announced by then, pero baka wala. So, lahat ng alam natin, ito na lang pag-usapan natin. And we're gonna start with the Dynamite Diamond Ring being up for grabs in this singles match between MJF and Adam Cole, baby.
God. Yeah. Nobody wins.
A year after the devil revealed, diba?
Yeah. Well, Cole got shoveled pretty hard nung segment nila. So, I think he's winning. Like, you have to reestablish himself as a babyface. So, parang, what's the point of all of this? What's the point of the devil reveal as well if he's gonna lose, diba? So, my money's on Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
I think because of the match being for the Diamond Ring, I actually think MJF's gonna win. That's his gimmick at this point.
Why? Jeez.
That's his gimmick at this point. He's the Diamond Ring man, you know? I can't imagine the Diamond Ring being on someone else other than MJF. Plus, I think this is it. They should have this match and just get it over with. I'm done with this feud. I'm done with everything MJF Adam Cole.
What's the point of all of this if you will never change?
It's better if they just move on from this feud. That's it. MJF retains the ring, and that's it.
And then next week, when this feud still continues on AEW TV, and in next subject ng Play and Nathan.
So supportan ko yan. If
I have trust in TK na he knows that the people's reception to this feud isn't that.
Doc G has a good question. The Diamond Ring is for bragging rights, no title shot. No, the Diamond Ring gives you a weapon you can access at any time.
It's just a ring. It's just a ring. That's
it's a weapon. No, it's a weapon.
Yung Diamond Ring, it's one of the contenders for Inanimate Object of the Year.
Yeah.
All right, next match. Let's talk about the Women's World Championship being contested in a Tijuana street fight between Mariah May and Thunder Rosa. So, eto medyo hindi ko na-feel yung pag-build ng feud kasi I just remember seeing Thunder Rosa being in the crowd with the what the F na placard, diba? And then, bigla na lang, okay, now they have a Tijuana street fight. How did we get here?
It's not clear because they were building towards the Mina story, and then this happened. But they were trying to get there, but it wasn't somehow that. It wasn't focused on as much. I don't like it. Obviously, it's a Mariah May retention.
Saka nasapawan din siya nung return ni Tony.
Yeah.
A lot of people are already looking forward to that feud, them revisiting that feud, that they're overlooking this one. So Mariah retains.
Yeah, so the question is, would you rather Mariah not get a match, or would you rather that Mariah has a match, but it doesn't really matter?
Yun nga. This sucks, man.
No, ako the former.
This sucks.
Don't let her have a match if it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Diba, keep the championship special. Diba parang si Roman Reigns, wala siyang feud this month? Or di shelf muna siya on the bench.
No.
Yeah,
people will complain. Where's Mariah?
Yeah, there's gonna people complain. Who's gonna complain about that? Because not enough. If there's a TBS title match and the main title match doesn't even have a match, have a match on the card. So, but yeah, I agree. If it doesn't matter in the long term, might as well shelve or maybe put this on the TV on Rampage or Collision.
Mm-hmm. I like how our patrons are coming up with nice little alternative nicknames for Tony Storm. There's 51st Dates Tony Storm, sabi ni Doc G, Clueless Tony Storm. I like that. In place of Timeless Tony Storm. Good stuff. Keep them coming. All right, next match on the card that we're going to predict is the International Championship. It's Konosuke Takeshita defending against Powerhouse Hobbs. So ito medyo na-bury ng konting feud in the sense na they haven't really been telling the story, but I know it exists. Kasi si Powerhouse Hobbs, meron siyang sama ng loob kay Don Callis.
Yeah, hindi siya malinaw because the Continental Classic has been taken up a lot of the time on TV.
Yeah, yun pa.
So, yeah, but yes, I like Hobbs, but obviously it's a Takeshita defense.
Mm-hmm.
Feel ko masasayang yung momentum ni Hobbs if they have him losing. He just came back. But then again,
it's not like he's a big star or anything.
If they're trying to make him a big star, this would be,
Takeshita is going to Japan. for Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dynasty.
Syempre, yeah. All right. He's probably gonna retain. Takeshita's probably gonna retain.
Ba, si Emil, mabilis na kumbinsi ni Ro.
No, sayang lang kasi kakabalik lang din ni Hubs and he needs a big win here. But at the same time, yun nga they're gonna have Takeshita representing AEW in Japan in a few days. So might as well retain. Have him retain.
Okay, next up, we've got the TBS Championship. It's Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander. This is the rematch.
Yeah. I wish they would make Chris Statlander win. Pero Mercedes has actually turned it up over the past few months. It would also be a waste if she dropped the title. Unless she's already going after Mariah May, which I don't think is happening because they're both heels. So unfortunately, it's still a Mercedes win for me here.
Yeah, I think she retains. And this is the end for dispute. Because they're kind of teasing going back to Statlander and Willow. They tease it on TV this week and last week. So, but this is gonna be a good match. I think if you know, kasi no Full Gear they were the best match. They were the best matches. So I feel like they're gonna follow up with another banger here.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll answer Carlo Elijah's question real quick before we do. Hindi ka nananaginip. It's real. It's live. Maaga lang. We're doing it at 3:17 p.m.
Do people not see the posts that we make?
Hindi, masyado kasi silang nadidistract sa mga videos na pinopost sa page.
Okay.
Yun yung nakikita nila.
Okay, fine.
But yes, maaga ngayon. So we know that you got your Christmas and New Year's dinners, Carlo Elijah. All right? So we'll take a break. When we come back, more World's End predictions. But first, a word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network.
Sana talaga ito ni Denise Julia But kaya di nyo alam na maaga tayo today.
Kaya sino mas may kasalanan, si Denise Julia o si Killa Kush?
I will plead the fifth on that one because I used to work with one of them.
Hey, we're saying what's up to Attorney Mon Agbisit.
Mon!
The other side of the world. What's up,
The
Mon?
man who defeated the PBA!
Unfortunately, because I work with the league, I cannot dignify that comment.
Yeah.
But Merry Christmas, Mon. Thank you for joining us. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the Continental Classic. So we've got the two semifinal matches and obviously the final in this next graphic. So let's put it up, babyface producer Jasper. Ito, on one side, you've got Kazuchika Okada, the runner-up in the Blue League, versus Ricochet, who won the Gold League. And then on the other side, you've got Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. So Kyle Fletcher won his league, then Will Ospreay was the runner-up in the Gold League.
Sobrang bad timing ng Okada Ricochet matchup. kasi now both guys are heels. Although one is more heelish than the other. So yeah, let's have Ricochet have his moment so that he can earn a championship match. I think Okada
Ricochet versus Ospreay na naman?
Yeah, I think they were teasing it naman kasi they left the last one open-ended because Ricochet used the referee to win, diba? So I think the final is going to be Ricochet Ospreay, and then we complete the full turn for Ricochet. And then he goes on to win. So I don't hate it.
How does that work? If Okada loses against Ricochet, wala na, tanggal na yung belt sa kanya.
Parang Yeah, I think I remember them saying that the championship will be the prize ng final.
Okay.
I actually want Okada Osprey. I mean, it's the best match. It's the best possible match you can get out of the four out of the combinations. You know, plus it's a pay per view. Go out with your best match. I go Okada Osprey with Osprey winning the Continental Classic Championship.
Mm-hmm. Okay, ito, what do you think about what Ina is saying na si Kenny Omega magpaparamdam daw post-match? This is not the first time I've seen somebody just posit this regarding World's End.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
saying
Kenny.
he's good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't discount this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kenny returns, but not after this match.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Sige. So that last graphic took up 3 matches. Let's finish it off with the 4-way match for the AEW World Championship. Jon Moxley defends against Hangman Adam Page, Orange Cassidy, and Jay White.
If Moxley was able to retain last time, what's the lalo dito? Kasi
Yeah.
the other 3 still don't get along.
Well, OC and Jay White do. May mutual respect pa sila
Yeah,
as
I
of this week.
guess.
And then si Hangman, nilapitan pa ni CD kanina. Sinabi niya na, if you need a friend, I'm here. Oh. That had to be shown to us for some reason.
Na friends sila.
I guess, or that Hangman is not alone. Diba? Like Michael Jackson once said.
I'm calling Moxley to retain. This is the easiest match to retain. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am also calling Mox to retain, and then Kenny returns after this match. This is where I see Kenny actually returning
Sure.
to confront Moxley.
Oh, okay. Sige.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, kasi ano rin, diba? So it's a 4-way, 3 kalaban ni Mox. 3 rin yung rest back ni Mox eh. Tapos dagdag mo pa si Marina, di ba? So ma-overpowered, ma-outnumbered din nila itong mga challengers ni Mox.
And then, so.
All right, so that's World's End. It's happening Sunday, Manila time, December 29. So one last pay-per-view before the year ends. All right, guys, it is time for the annual Wrestling Podcast holiday tradition. And I think this is the first time that we're live streaming the Yearend Awards. Last time we did it sa studio, di ba?
Sa studio.
Last year.
Yeah.
Wala na akong maalala, but okay. Sure.
Yeah. This is the first time we're doing it in this format. Now we are actually live streaming it with everyone chiming in. So what we're gonna do, yes, kasama si Rowan nun. I remember, Jasper. Thank you. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be giving you the categories and pag-uusapan namin. But you guys, the live viewers, since we are doing this with you, alongside you, and for you, you can also chime in with your picks for these respective categories. And kung hindi siya maliwanag, lilinawin namin before we get to our respective awardees. All right. Anything else that we need to do to set the table?
Remember Rowan? How is that guy? How is he?
Oh man, I was bugging him to be on this stream today. Kasi
Gusto na kaya siya?
May trabaho pa ba si Rowan?
Tag niyo si Rowan.
Who is a Rowan? What is a Rowan?
Oh shit! That's what we forgot.
What?
That yung this award. We forgot this.
The Play and Nathan Hater of the Year award.
Can we add this? Is it too late to add?
Oh, Jasper, can we still add this?
No.
Oh, pwede pa naman. Habang
nag-describe. Habang nag-ano tayo.
Habang sinisimulan natin. Jasper, you can put it towards the end. Just let us know in the chat backstage kung ready na siya. Tama to. Thank you, Jace, for reminding us. Say what's up to our friend Eman Alejandro all the way from Austin, Texas. What's up, Kuya Eman? Thank you for joining us.
Miss you, bud.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas.
Tana. Habang inaayos ni Jasper yung Play and Nathan Hater of the Year award, let's start with an easy one. We're gonna talk about our Rookie of the Year. Ro, let the people know in case they still don't know.
Okay, this is a bit tricky for people who may not be familiar with how we do this, but since there are many companies right now, what we consider a rookie is not a true rookie in the fact that, first year in wrestling. Kasi if that were the case, a lot of jabronis would be qualified for this award. But this is someone who debuts on a bigger company or a bigger roster that than they were from the previous year.
All right, with that in mind, our unanimous pick for Rookie of the Year on this year's award show.
I love you, Solo!
It is the man, the myth, the legend, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. He is our Rookie of the Year after making the jump
Unanimous ba?
from MLW to WWE. Yes, sir. It is unanimous.
Unanimous.
Okay.
I mean, sino pa ba eh? Sino pa ba this year? I mean, it has to be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, that guy skipped NXT, yo.
Right. Diretso siyang main roster eh. You know? And people...
Well, to be fair,
were
it's
not
him and Tama.
Actually, silang tatlo eh.
No. But you could technically say...
The bigger jump is Jacob Fatu. Kasi Tama came from New Japan, diba? New Japan is like medyo malapit na in terms of scale sa WWE. But Jacob Fatu going from MLW, bypassing NXT altogether and making it to WWE to being an impact player, arguably in a bigger spot than Tama Tonga. That is a bigger role.
And technically, Tongaloa came from the NXT system. So.
And he won a championship agad-agad, diba? Like, not even 2 months into his tenure in WWE, he already won a tag team championship. So, and he is main evented PL East this year in his first year in WWE, coming from MLW, which is again that's a big jump. And he
Can we highlight?
Award.
Can we highlight Jace's comment real quick? Ethan Page could be a not so close second. No, because he jumped down from AEW to NXT.
Ooh.
So medyo nag-ano siya. Medyo nag-G League siya dun.
Parang pumunta siya ng MPBL.
May two-way contract siya ngayon.
All right. Okay. Next, let's talk about most improved. So, how do we define most improved?
Most improved is mostly a subjective award. So technically, it's based on who you feel got better over the from the past year, whether by skills or by stature. Diba? So you can either claim that they improved in their standing on the roster or by their wrestling skills in the ring or on the mic or whatever have you.
All right. With that in mind, Chino's pick is Daniel Garcia. And Emil, sino yung pick mo for most improved?
My pick is Nia Jax for most improved wrestler of the year. Yeah, I mean, sobrang na-impress ako sa kanya this year talaga. Like, I wasn't really a fan of Nia Jax before, but she showed out this year and put on some really good performances. She had that match against Bayley in SummerSlam, which I thought was really good. She won Queen of the Ring in that great final match against Lyra Valkyria. And she was a good women's champion until now. She's still a good SmackDown women's, no, not SmackDown, WWE Women's Championship. It's definitely miles better than her first tenure in WWE. So I give her this award.
All right.
Jasper, may pick din.
Si Jasper, pinipick din niya si Nia Jax. So noong una, pinik niya si Dominic Mysterio, but now he changed it to Nia Jax. So I'm going to name mine, and that is Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion, because she went from generic female babyface to annoying watch me girl to being the biggest female heel in WWE right now, arguably. She actually, I'd like to think that she was able to put it all together, diba? Being part of the Judgment Day and then tapping onto people's horniness with her torrid love affair with Dirty Dom, diba? And then now being the sassy little sister to Finn Balor dito sa Judgment Day. I think this is the year that Liv Morgan has finally put it all together.
Okay. My pick for most improved wrestler is Jade Cargill. She was okay naman when she left AEW, but she seems a lot more comfortable in the ring now, I think, after getting trained at the Performance Center. So I think naman she's willing to learn a lot, but she is way more relaxed in there than she was when she was the spotlight in AEW. Like, AEW had it good with her, pero this was what she needed.
Si Lance nagsasalita, sabi niya, Eddie Thorpe daw, who improved by pissing off Emil Nate.
To be fair, he had a better year this year than last year.
O syempre naman.
Yeah.
Maging championship contender ka pa naman.
Emil, are you taking credit for that? Sinasabi mo ba na dahil ginalit ka ni Eddie Thorpe, he had a better year?
No, I mean, all credit goes to Eddie Thorpe. Kasi
Wow.
he
So ngayon,
stayed
may credit na to Eddie Thorpe.
he stayed healthy at the end of 2024 na he was able to insert himself into the main event picture. So good for Eddie Thorpe.
All right. Now, let's talk about our breakout wrestler of the year. So, ito, I think this is pretty simple, diba? Who really stood out? Someone who wasn't as outstanding from the year prior, pero talagang nagparamdam and made an impact, no pun intended, in 2024. Emil, you want to start?
All right, so my breakout wrestler of the year goes to Tiffany Stratton. I mean, I am picking her because this is her first year in the main roster. And usually the track record of, of NXT wrestlers going to the main roster is 50-50. But with Tiffany Stratton, she was able to really break out, insert herself immediately into a good spot in SmackDown. She's hindi pa siya world champion pero she's there every week. She has a prominent she's prominently featured each and every week alongside Nia Jax. So this is a good first year on the main roster. That's why I am picking her for breakout rest of the year. Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm. Ikaw, Ro.
Okay, my pick for breakout wrestler of the year is one Mina Shirakawa. She went to AEW on excursion from Stardom. And then by the time she was done, she had basically inserted herself and kulang na lang magka green card na siya sa US. So that's how impactful Mina Shirakawa was on AEW and its women's division. So if she becomes all elite next year, it's because of the 2024 that she had.
Mm-hmm. Sabi ni MJ, Eddie Thorpe daw ulit.
Grabe na, every hour si editor, pero ba yan?
My pick for breakout wrestler of the year, though, is Oba Femi because he made Oba feminists of us all this year. In only his sixth match, he became NXT North American champion, and he showed us why he is the guy to watch out for. Na parang he could be on a Brock Lesnar-esque run in 2025 or whenever the hell they decide to put him on the main roster. So, for those reasons, he is my pick for breakout wrestler of the year, the ruler of NXT.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go to some really fun awards here on the annual 2024 Wrestling Podcast Year-End Awards Show. But first, a quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network.
Right. We have Veronica in the comments. Kanina pa niya kami tatanong about Stephanie Vaquer. I wanted to say I'm a huge Stephanie Vaquer fan. Like, I recently just fell in love with her. So I think 2025 will be her year. Take turns na rin ni Julia kasi nagkataon na mas matunog talaga yung pangalan ni Julia. So she will become NXT Women's Champion next year before she gets to the main roster.
There's that move na ginagawa niya, di ba? Yung parang dinidribble niya yung ulo ng kalaban niya with her.
That's dope.
And then Booker T says, Vic Joseph says, "Oh, Booker, she's about to do your favorite move." And whenever I watch it, I just go, "Yes, amen." So yes, lots of love for Miss Vaquer dito sa podcast na to. Okay, next category is the What the F moment of the year. And I think this one also speaks for itself. It is quite literally a moment that made you go, "What the fuck?" So, I'll start with mine, and it is Adam Cole and MJF picking up where they left off despite switching alignments. And we've spent so much time complaining about it dito sa podcast that I think it speaks for itself.
Okay, sige. Emil, you introduce our pick.
Alright, so me and Ro shared a pick here, and it's that Dynamite segment in which Hangman Page burnt down the childhood home of Swerve Strickland. That segment, oh boy, that segment literally made me question as to why wrestlers get away with doing crime. This is arson right here. And it was on live TV. Like, I remember, di ba, I asked you guys on the Discord, bakit walang police na rumisponde yung sa area of where the arson was happening? And again, that's just, yun nga. Yung
siguro naman may tumawag ng 911 habang nangyayari yung dynamite. Habang binabroadcast yung dynamite.
Yun.
Police, may nasusunog na bahay.
And there's someone sitting there as the fire went off. No, so that was peak heel Hangman this year. That segment, because on the other, because I never thought Hangman could be this good as a heel, because he has been naturally a babyface throughout his time in AEW. So this was literally his signature heel moment of the year.
The what the fuck moment for me in that particular segment was the fact that they found the house ni Swerve. Binili nila yung bahay like a while back before that episode. And then they just did that to burn the house down for the story. So that is what the fuck levels of Tony Khan's wealth at that point. So
I doubt that's the yun talaga yung bahay.
Oh, it was. I remember reading. Yeah, I remember reading about reading a news bit that it was the house, and it was greenlit by Swerve because he is a sicko, and that is the what the fuck moment.
Whose house? Swerve's house.
Literally Swerve's house.
Ito si Jace may ambag. Sabi niya, his what the fuck moment is Eddie Thorpe revealing he took himself out and making us remove our doubt of Emil and his intuition.
So every award pala may mention kay Eddie Thorpe.
Oh.
Honorable mention.
Ginusto mo yan eh.
Oh, ginusto mo yan, Emil. You did this. You did this to all of us. You broke us, Emil. Honorable mention, Aaron, the murder of Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah, yung plastic bag.
Yes, sir.
The attempted murder.
Yes.
It was attempted.
That too was very much in the realm of fucked up. All right, next we've got the catchphrase of the year. This is another fun one, and this is the second category na unanimous for us here on the podcast. Therefore, 3.
Hit it, Jasper, hit it.
1.
I love you, Solo!
No, nothing else. This was
nothing
this
else.
year's. That was this year's finish the story meme for us.
I think it's as simple as that, diba? We all say it. Hell, one of our patrons, Bruce, had to be asked by his mother kung bakit niya sinasabi yung I love you Solo pa ulit-ulit.
On Christmas dinner.
Over Christmas dinner. Anong mas gusto nyo? Matanong kung may girlfriend na ba kayo or kailan kayo ikakasal, or i-explain sa'yo yung favorite mong wrestling meme on Christmas dinner. What would you rather do? What would you rather explain to your mother? Answer, that's a serious question. What would you rather explain to your mom?
Oh, kung may jowa ka na, or kung ba't
Ikaw,
sinasabi
Emil.
lagi I love you Solo.
Anong mas gusto mo i-explain sa tatay mo? Kung kailan kayo magpapakasal ni Ash, or ano yung favorite mong, bakit kaaway mo si editor?
I'm gonna explain that. Because Dad knows everything about me and Ash, so I'd rather do the meme stuff.
And then cue Tito's face going, what the fuck? Yun yung what the fuck moment of the year niya. All right, next category. We've got the wrestling meme of the year. So we've got two entries here. And let's play Rose.
I love you, Solo!
Yeah, it's also a meme just
Yeah, it is also a meme. So
Yeah, for me and Emil, we share our pick, and it is I Believe in Joe Hendry. Every Joe Hendry meme and reference, diba? The fact na umabot siya sa mga local Facebook groups na walang kinalaman sa wrestling, I thought that was really funny. Medyo nagasga siya towards the end, but
yeah,
when
it
was
kind
good,
of
it was
fell
really
off.
good.
It fell off by the end of this year. Like Joe Hendry fell all the way off, thanks to Jacob Fatu.
I think it
and
fell
Eddie
off.
Thorpe. Oh, and Eddie Thorpe too. Dahil kay Eddie Thorpe.
I
Nakalimutan
think
natin si Joe Hendry.
I think it fell off after he lost against Ethan Page for the NXT title.
Sure.
Yeah,
he wasn't brought back after that. That's why he fell off.
Baka yun yung equivalent niya of Zack Ryder getting pushed off in his wheelchair.
I remember this meme, umabot siya sa NFL eh. I remember
Oh yeah.
Jamal Williams, the running back for the Saints, referencing this meme
Oh
in a
yeah.
social media post. So umabot doon. So it was kind of mainstream for a while. That's why this is our meme of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also have to give the honorable mention to the Kane multiverse in independent wrestling. That was actually pretty good. Blue Kane, Gain, Cocaine.
Yeah.
May Candy Cane na nga eh. Nakita ko na isang araw eh. Candy Cane, so the Kane multiverse. That's
all of them much
random
better than Glenn Jacobs.
Oh boy. Sabi ni Jasper yung Tongaloa memes daw. So much love for Tongaloa from one Jasper.
He became a beloved figure because of the memes.
Yeah, I think 2025 is Stephen Flow's year. So let's hope Let's hope Stephen Flow can blow up even further.
Oh.
Yeah.
And let's hope he doesn't have to change his name to Jeremy. All right, let's talk about betrayals naman for betrayal of the year. And this is one of those categories na unanimous din because I think this is a late ass entry.
No. I want to explain why I added here. Kasi ang daming heel turns this year.
Daming heel turns.
And I thought y'all were going to pick the other heel turns, which is why I added this betrayal of the year category. But it turns out that because of recency bias and just because of how good it was executed, we ended up picking the same thing.
Yeah, the New Day turning on Big E and kicking him out, or the New Day 10th anniversary celebration is our betrayal of the year on the podcast. Just because, well, for me, pinili ko siya because it honored 10 years worth of storytelling. And it was such a punch to the gut for anyone and everyone who ever believed in the New Day, to the point na they're now getting Dominic Mysterio heat. Rey Mysterio's kicking them out of the locker room. Emil Nate is getting pissed off again. Sobrang daming effects talaga ng New Day betrayal kay Big E.
Plus, no one expected it. Like, people were expecting a heel turn, but no one expected that both of them will turn heel on Big E. Nag-unite sila, but they did that by kicking out Big E. So it was unexpected. I was watching this segment live and I just couldn't believe the execution of this betrayal. It was out of nowhere, even though people were already expecting some sort of a betrayal.
No, they weren't expecting the turn to Big E because Big E was not part of the story.
Exactly. Yeah. So, wow, just perfect execution here of the heel turn by the New Day.
Di ba honorable mention ang Eddie Thorpe betraying Emil Nate?
Sabi ni Doc G, Eddie Thorpe betrayed himself by attacking himself.
That's a good one.
He did betray
himself.
Now
you laugh at Eddie Thorpe Emil, huh?
But I just wanted to mention New Day because I think the biggest punches were at the hands of people celebrating friendship, diba? Like when Owens turned on Jericho, it was at the Festival of Friendship, and we were completely bought into their friendship, even though it was relatively fresh. Diba? It wasn't 10 years worth of a relationship, diba? And what more ito, diba? Na you expected Kofi Kingston and /or Xavier Woods turning on each other, but not turning against the guy who was suffering from a broken neck, diba? And then that game was
lang yun. Big E returned. Diba? It was the first time we saw Big E on Raw and or SmackDown in almost 3 years, only for him to absorb so much emotional damage.
Yeah. Yung pa eh.
So yeah, good stuff. Betrayal of the year for Kofi and X.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one picked Dom turning on Rhea. I think it would have been it would have been a winner had the New Day thing not happened.
I think they kind of dragged it a little bit too long, kasi, in my opinion. But
okay.
When it happened, it was still shocking, but not as shocking as when the New Day.
I say the New Day one really took the cake.
I think magandang entry din yung BCC turning on Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Again, had the New Day not, the New Day thing.
Had the New Day not ruined everything.
Next, we've got the promo or segment of the year. And since we're already talking about the New Day, Emil and I have picked the New Day 10th anniversary celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you already explained all of that. My pick, I said I didn't want to pick the New Day again as a unanimous pick for the second category in a row. I wanted to pick the promo ni CM Punk, the one that he cut right before Hell in a Cell, where he tells Drew McIntyre that he has to kill him first before he wins, diba? Because he promised Drew that he wants to end this in blood, so he has to die. And he may not survive the cell because he's an old man.
Right.
That was really good.
All right, next category natin. This will be a fun one. This is actually new. It is the MacGuffin of the Year, or as I initially called it, the Inanimate Object of the Year. So, Tito Ro, paki-explain po ano po ang MacGuffin.
Okay, a MacGuffin, for those who don't know film tropes, is when when you watch a movie and the story focuses on an object that the protagonists have to chase or have to protect. So that is a MacGuffin. That's what it's called in film parlance. So we had a lot of props slash inanimate objects in wrestling storytelling this year, like way more than usual. That's why we decided to put up this category.
So examples that are not in our individual awards list, you've got the Dynamite Diamond Ring. That is a MacGuffin. Diba? Swerve's house, which got burned, is also a MacGuffin. So, kami ni Emil, we share our pick, and ours is the Ulafala, or as LA Knight calls it, the Ufalafa. So the Ulafala, which symbolizes being tribal chief na pag-aawayan literally in a Roman and Solo in tribal combat on the Raw on Netflix debut. If that is not MacGuffin of the Year territory, then I don't know what is.
No, my pick, it really has to be the friendship bracelet to CM Punk. Nope, nothing pissed off so many people this year. No one inanimate object pissed people off this year than the fucking friendship bracelet, which, by the way, the creator did not even want to be used as a prop in a story. They really just meant it for Punk, and then Punk went ahead and used it as the entire central driving force of his hatred against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. It was the central focus of an entire ass story. Nagka-merch pa siya. You cannot get Ulafala merch. You cannot buy Swerve's house, but you can buy a CM Punk friendship bracelet.
Oh yeah, for a time you can buy it.
To be fair, yung creator ng bracelet actually got a front row seat ng Bad Blood. She was tweeting.
Dapat lang.
She was tweeting. I remember her tweeting about the whole experience. She was there, so at least I feel like she got compensated naman for WWE using her creation.
Oh, I would hope so.
Baka pinaupo siya in the front seat para pamukha sa kanya na kasalanan mo, ba't sila nagbubugbugan sa loob ng Hell in a Cell?
Jace, this is a good one from Jace. Yung 20 pesos na pinagawain ni Jeremiah PSI. This one is for the Philippine wrestling fans.
Good.
That is a very, very good deep cut for MacGuffin of the Year. All right, one more category and then we're gonna take a break. Non-wrestling wrestling media of the year. So ano bang ibig sabihin nito? This is any media na related sa wrestling na hindi wrestling.
Yeah. It could be a podcast, TV show, documentary, movie. So a lot of those always keep coming out every year. So we decided to honor them as well.
So, okay. Kami ni Emil, we shared a pick again. And ours is the Mr. McMahon documentary on Netflix. I pick it because it renewed people's interest in wrestling again. For better or for worse, na lang sasabihin ko, like I had people who probably didn't watch wrestling regularly come up to me at work and be like, "Oh, napanood mo yung documentary, diba?" And because I can't comment on it, I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm glad you're taking interest in wrestling again." But the fact that people are marginally interested in either chismes or wrestling, it's still good publicity, I guess, when you think about it. So, the fact that it caused so much buzz, people are talking about it on social media, diba? It deserves a spot, at least some recognition.
Yep. I also picked this one for the fact that this is really the first documentary na it's focused on Vince as as a promoter and as a person. Because we have seen so many documentaries about WWE in general, like the whole history, the whole like from the 80s to the current. But this one really focused in on really focusing on Vince and the things that he did. The controversies. Well, not everything, almost everything, but still, it was.
Pretty sure it was
Um,
everything.
but still, it was some. It was. I know. It was a lot. I learned new things about Vince. Like his how he grew up. How like yung mga ina-idolize na the wrestlers growing up as well. So, so it's a good piece of media for even non-fans to consume if they want to learn about WWE and wrestling in general.
Okay, my pick for wrestling media of the year is the Insight podcast with Chris Van Vliet.
Yeah.
That guy was on fire this year. Like
I
anyone
can't
who
say
trended.
how shocked I am that you picked CVV.
Why?
I know you're not like the biggest CVV fan.
Yeah, I tend to kind of judge CVV for always having soft interviews, but entertainment journalist kasi siya eh. So at this point I can't fault him for not being like the deep investigator, if you will. But anyone who was trending or a big name in wrestling this year was on the podcast. Like, yes, it's a testament to how well connected he is, but the fact that people want to be on Chris Van Vliet's podcast now, whereas a couple of years ago, kung sino-sino lang yung nag-guest, diba? It has cemented it as the go-to wrestling podcast, even when he wasn't actively trying to make it a wrestling podcast. But now it pretty much is. It very much is. So if you want to know more about your favorite wrestlers, I think no matter what company they're from, especially if they're from WWE, you have to subscribe to Chris Van Vliet.
He even got Jesse the Body Ventura
Oh.
as an interview this year, which is something we haven't really seen in years.
Nag-media run din naman kasi si Jesse the Body. When Saturday Night's Main Event got announced. So he went on Bill Simmons, did CVV. Just to add to what Rose said, CVV's pod has taken the place of Oral Sessions and Talk is Jericho. Kasi dati, and Art of Wrestling. Like those three podcasts used to be the go-to podcast if you want to listen to like interviews with people, yung mga tell-alls and whatever, exit interviews from people who just left, like whatever big company they'd come from. Now it's Insight with CVV. So that is a very, very tough space to penetrate. So good for him for having done that this year.
To Carlos' point, he says maybe he's a nice guy. Kaya man papa-interview sa kanya. Yeah, he is legitimately a nice guy. Like he will not make you uncomfortable during his interviews. Kaya ako judge, huh? Yeah, except if you're Anne Hathaway. But that's why I kind of judge him, because as a journalist, I kind of want you to be uncomfortable and tell me about the really saucy stuff. But he will avoid the saucy stuff or the super saucy stuff. Kaya marami siyang good rep in the business, in the industry.
Yeah, if you're a comm student or like a journal major, magandang case study CC.
Yeah,
actually.
It's a great example to learn from. Anyone who wants to learn more about how to interview a person, just don't comment about their weight.
So, Emila, after the podcast, we're going to study CVV. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get through the next stretch of the Year-End Awards show. But first, a quick word from our other podcasts right here on the Pod Network. All right, let's get back to the Year-End Awards, and let's talk music this time with our new wrestling theme of the year. So, for your wrestling themes to qualify for this category, dapat this year siya lumabas in the calendar year 2024. So, let's start local with Rose Pick.
There's not really a lot of new picks for this year, but I did want to give love to Joey Rosas, who, if you don't know, produces a lot of the current Puso Wrestling NextCon theme. So the remix, I have to qualify it as a remix, that he did for Main Max's theme is really, really good. It takes the warning theme that we found all those years ago to be used as an MSG theme, and really remixes it in a medyo lo-fi hip-hop style that I personally vibe with. So it's easy to recall the melody of the warning theme, of the MSG theme in this new theme, and it's still fresh and it's uniquely made maxes. So if really, really good stuff. And Joey Rosas is that guy when it comes to local themes.
Tanong ni Jasper backstage, where can we listen to the local themes?
He's coming out with a new collection because
yeah.
the old themes were pulled from the internet for whatever reason. So we'll let you know when that comes out.
All right, Emil, what's your pick?
My pick is Julia. Julia's theme. The title of it is Time of Arrival. So yeah, that's my theme of the year. This is one of the rare Def Rebel bangers that we had this year. I know people have been criticizing Def Rebel so much in the last year, but this is a good one. This is one of the good ones. Yung ano pa lang eh, I for me, a theme is a banger when it's the first time that I hear it. It just clicks, and this one just clicks. Samahan mo pa nung aura and presentation ni Julia, and I think it adds a little bit of flair dun sa theme song. That's why I'm picking this one.
All right, mine is the latest remix to Shinsuke Nakamura's theme. Wala pa siyang title. It actually hasn't been released yet on YouTube and on Spotify. But if you've been watching WWE programming regularly, then it should be familiar to you. It takes elements from the original Rising Sun, but it's also like dark and brooding and much slower. So it makes it so that familiar pa rin siya as a Nakamura theme, but you can't sing along to it, which is what they don't want you to do, diba? Kasi nga, heel na siya, diba? And he's much scarier and darker than he ever has been. So, yun, that's my pick for new wrestling theme of the year. Lots of good entries here from people in the comments. I'm not sure if the Obafemi theme is just from this year or last year. Meron din yung themes na Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga. Si Jace is shouting out the Damage Control theme. Yeah, I actually think mas naging cute yung theme nila when they kicked Bailey out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a lot better.
Yeah.
The
cute.
Rock's theme. Is
the
that
Rock's
new?
theme, yeah. The
It's not
final
new.
boss version. Yeah, yung final boss version.
It's still the same melody.
It's a remix of two old themes. Well, okay.
It's a remix of a remix of a remix.
Hurt Syndicate. That's also a good one.
Yeah. The new Claudio theme is not bad. Yeah. Ano pa ba? Meron bang licensed music from AEW that you guys would shout out?
New York. Frank Sinatra.
I mean, di ba Sting use a Metallica, or was that last year?
That was last year.
Nung nag-retire siya?
Yeah. That was last year, diba?
That was this year.
That was
retired this year.
It's been a year.
Yeah. I really wanted to shout out yung kay Will Ospreay, but that's an old theme na, di ba?
Yeah.
It was from his
Japan.
Yeah.
Plus he also used that last year din eh, yung theme song niya. So that doesn't count this year. AJ Styles, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, but people hate it.
I actually like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, that's also from this year. All right, next award. Ito, bago rin to. We're going to show some love to our favorite mid-carders. So let's start with the men's mid-carder of the year. And again, just to be clear, we're not dissing anyone. In fact, we are showing love dito sa category na to.
I mean, mid-carders will know when they are mid-carders, guys. So that's not, we don't use it derogatorily. Diba?
To si Julian may pahabol daw muna siya. Yung entry niya for this one, si Eddie Thorpe.
Mid-card of the year. Yeah, sige. Go, guys.
Ro, who's your pick?
So yeah, my since I came up with this. My pick for men's mid-carder of the year is one Chad Gable, who basically reinvented himself. He isn't on the main event level yet, but I think he will. He has a better chance of getting there because of his reinvention this year. So he became the asshole that he wanted to be, the Kurt Angle Jace, or even better. Diba, with American Made and his new team. Diba? So I think that was the right step in the right direction for Chad Gable. And he knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. All right, Emil, who is your mid-carder of the year, who is apparently not Eddie Thorpe?
Right. So when you guys explained this one to me, there's a chat, and you guys said it was some sort of a 6-man of the year award. Then in a way, so I immediately thought of Jacob Fatu. So, but because I think I compare him to, he's like the Manu Ginobili of the new bloodline.
Hey.
Now, yes, he's not Tim Duncan, but he's also lethal. He can also kill you in so many ways. So that's how I think of Jacob Fatu. He's not the tribal chief yet. He's not on the level of Solo, but he's the deadliest member of that group. And he has had solid performances this year. The sinabi na natin kanina, he already main evented PLEs in his first year. He already won the tag team championships. So na-maximize siya in his role as the second fiddle to Solo Sikoa. That's why I'm picking Jacob Fatu for this award.
All right. My pick for men's mid-carder of the year is someone who's been quietly putting out banger after banger after banger in Sheamus. He still hasn't completed yung Grand Slam, and a lot of people have been showing him love and saying na dapat ito na, give him the Intercontinental Championship. And while he doesn't have that yet, I will show him some love by naming him my mid-carder of the year, just because he's so dependable, so reliable. You can't really get a bad match out of Sheamus, and he's so dependable that you don't even notice him, if that makes sense. I mean, people won't bitch about Sheamus, diba? And people won't necessarily rave about him because he's not in the main event picture right now, but he's there. And when you take the time to appreciate his body of work, it really is A-grade quality.
People did want him to win the Intercontinental Championship. So there's that.
Yep.
Yeah. So there. Let's go over to the women's side naman. Our mid-carder of the year. So let's have Ro pick first ulit.
Okay, my women's mid-carder of the year is still Nina Shirakawa for the reasons that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
All right. Kami naman ni Emil, we share our pick, and it is one Chelsea Green, the Women's United States champion, just because she is such a complete wrestler. She is, she's solid in the ring, grade A character, so annoying and so fun to watch.
Okay. Saka, there's something that I think Nick Aldis said in an interview na she may not get a lot of time, but she maximizes every time that she gets on TV. And that's a mark of a good, again, I'm comparing it to basketball terms, a good sixth man. You may not get the minutes, but in every minute that you play, you do so much. And that's what I think of Chelsea Green. And that's why they rewarded her with the US Championship, because she worked so hard this year and deserved the championship.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, the Paul Heyman Manager of the Year Award, and I think we can name it after Paul Heyman, just because we named Paul Heyman Manager of the Year for like an entire decade straight on the podcast. But this year we're not naming Paul Heyman Manager of the Year. He's not on our ballot, so let's start with Ro and Chino's pick.
Yeah, Chino isn't here, but he didn't get to finish his slate because his ballot better. This one we shared the pick. We pick Montel Vontavious Porter as the Manager of the Year, the Paul Heyman Manager of the Year of 2024. He brought an entire stable from the doldrums of WWE all the way to AEW and gave them a fighting chance. How is that not Manager of the Year material? Diba? Kaya binigyan mo ng opportunity at a livelihood in a different company and you're intact. Diba? What a guy. Just what a guy.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, kami ni Emil, we share a pick again, and our pick for the second straight year is Prince Nana. So, not a great year for managers sa totoo lang, just because there haven't been a lot of them, not really that involved in prominent storylines. But Prince Nana has managed to keep his job as Swerve's manager and to still, be an impact player dito sa AEW. The dance is still over. His presence by Swerve's side, regardless of Swerve's alignment, still works. So, when Swerve's house burned down and he was in the middle of his feud with Hangman, Prince Nana played a huge part in all of those things. So, what more is there to say about our favorite Ghanaian royalty?
Ghanaian prince.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything Stan said. Prince Nana is still doing Prince Nana things. That's why I'm picking him for manager of the year.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to babyface talk. Babyface of the year. So, lahat ng mga favorite faces nyo, you can now put it here in the comments. And this is an award where all of our ballots went different ways. So, let's start with Emil.
My face of the year, I feel like this is also the pick ng karamihan. It's Cody Rhodes. I mean, this year was a banner year for one Cody Rhodes. He got to finish his story, and he really, he's really the perfect babyface for the company kasi he does everything else. Sabi nga niya, he wants to be on the John Cena schedule, and he's proven naman he can do the John Cena schedule this year. No, he's everywhere. He's doing appearances. That's why I'm kind of still hesitant to see him turn heel because he's doing such a good job of being a babyface. Not necessarily in the storyline, but everything else. He's probably one of the best babyfaces they had since Cena. So I'm picking Cody Rhodes.
All right. I'll go next. My pick for babyface of the year is Jey Uso. The popularity of this man is just through the roof, diba? The merch sales speak for itself. I think ilang buwan na siyang top merch seller sa WWE, and if you need like a hard metric to determine kung sino yung pinakamabenta mong babyface, it doesn't get any more quantifiable than freaking merch sales. There's a reason why this man's entrance was last nung War Games. He is so over. Diba? The Yeet. Doris freaking Bigornia dressed up as Jey Uso. Okay?
Meme of the year.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't get any more baby face of the year than that.
Yeah, all right. My pick is controversial and surprising because I was a hater since Brawl Out. But I cannot deny that one Philip Jack Brooks, CM Punk, is the baby face, one of the baby faces of the year. He is just over like Rover. No matter what he says, no matter what people say about him, you cannot bring him down. And to be fair, when he is kept on a short leash naman, mabait siya. And he's able to, he's proven naman so far that he's able to play on a team, diba? To not be a dick when he's not being pushed. So, Punk is, I think, deserves to be honored up there as one of the baby faces of the year.
Dude, I fell in love with CM Punk again, all over again, but like it was 2010 or 2011, and I finally bought the CM Punk ringer tee that I've wanted since we were in college.
Yeah. Buti na lang binilik nila, diba?
They brought a lot of CM Punk vintage merch this year.
They knew.
Yeah, so people like us na walang pera back in the day can finally afford it.
Oh yeah,
I finally bought it, man. I finally finished the story. Okay, kung merong baby face of the year, syempre merong heel of the year. So Emil, let us know who your heel of the year is.
Eddie Thorpe.
All right, so seriously, my heel of the year goes out to The Rock. Who thought in the year of our Lord 2024 would we see a heel version of The Rock? Because ever since he left wrestling full time, he never was heel. Like he would always come in, pop the crowd, that's it. But he committed himself this year to being a heel again, and maybe that wasn't the original intention because like if you followed the storyline, he wasn't meant to be a heel, but he was forced to. Not forced to, but parang they kind of had to do it because of the crowd's reactions. But he nailed that role perfectly, from bringing back the clothes, the Hollywood persona, the theme song, from the Hollywood rock
Oh,
era.
uh,
And he was perfect up until his appearance in WrestleMania 40, and that moment where he won. Na sila eh. Na sila night one. Like, and then he did that thing to Cody, and that was incredible heel work by The Rock. So shout out to The Rock. He's my heel of the year.
Mm-hmm. Kami ni Ro, we share our pick. So go ahead, Ro.
right. Our pick for heel of the year and the hater of the year. That it might as well throw that in is
Oh.
Andrew McLean Galloway the fourth, Drew McIntyre, none other. Diba? I mean, he has been on a roll. Diba? He has been on a roll since since technically, turning over to the dark side last year, and when he made that nuanced change after diba? After Jay's arrival on Raw. So he made himself known as a hater, as a talagang kontrabida kung kontrabida on social media, on screen. He embodied that role, and you can tell he had a blast doing it. And because he had a blast doing it, he was so effective at it that he put out some really good memes. He prayed for this and it happened, which was also a good contender for meme of the year, but it died out. But yeah, really good stuff. If you want to learn how to be a heel, even if it's a little pa-cool at points, Drew McIntyre is the blueprint.
Remember
he
when
went on
he
such a journey this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when he posted that picture with Jack Perry?
Yeah. that got taken down.
Yeah, sobrang troll nun. Ang galing ni Drew as a troll, diba? But he did go through such a journey. He went and experienced the highest of highs, won the World Championship at WrestleMania, and then immediately got cashed in on by Damian Priest. So mas lalo pa siyang nag-sprack after that. And then he took it all out on CM Punk. They had that really violent Hell in a Cell match, which is one of the two matches I enjoyed calling the most on commentary this year. And, you can't have a banger of a match kung wala kang really effective babyface and really effective heel. So, Drew McIntyre is literally half the equation. And I'm excited kasi meron mga bali-balita na Drew McIntyre has done such a great job in 2024 that he's figured in to have a bigger piece of the spotlight heading into 2025. Diba? So, I don't know what that looks like for Drew, but I'm excited for him. So, yun, that's the reason why he's our heel of the year and why he's also the very first recipient of the Play Nathan Emil Nate Award.
For hater of the year.
For hater of the year.
Let's address the New Day picks. Yeah, you guys are right. If this happened a lot earlier, they would have been in contention. But as it stands, they only have the opportunity to be heels of the year in 2025.
Yeah.
Maaga pa eh. Diba? They haven't really done anything heelish yet.
Maaga pa, tsaka late na.
Yun pa. I mean, we've already given in to recency bias enough.
Yeah.
Here on the podcast. So, yun. All right, where did we leave off? I think nandito na tayo sa individual awards. So, Tag Team of the Year. This is a fun one.
Oh,
so,
shit,
Emil.
so
let's let Emil go first.
All right, so my pick for Tag Team of the Year goes to Fraction. And we have been saying for months, when we're predicting NXT PLE, said, okay, this is the time that Fraction was going to break up. And they have it. And that's a testament because they have been so good this year. Putting on, besides from that storyline now, they're teasing breakup. They've been silently putting bangers after bangers after bangers. Almost every NXT special, even NXT TV episodes. So they have been the workhorses of NXT this year, and what a tremendous year for both Axiom and Nathan Fraser. So I have to give them my Tag Team of the Year nod.
All right. So while Ro is picking his
tag
team
I'll share with you. I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay, sige. So our pick for Tag Team of the Year, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Kulang na lang si Naomi, diba? So we can do the whole Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, can you handle this from WrestleMania? But yeah, they deserve it. Tag Team of the Year for sure, just because of una yung representation, by representing black women, a segment of fans that don't often get a lot of love, especially in pro wrestling. Second, just the aura of strength that they've been able to convey all year long, with or without Naomi. And third, they are super athletes, Bianca and Jade. And for them to team up and be this incredible super team who can only lose their championships either in a multi-team match or in this case when Jade gets taken out by a mystery attacker, diba? That tells you all you need for a really epic tag team run.
Yeah, I agree with all of those. That's why I thought of them before I saw your pick that they were your pick. I just wanted to comment on the Outrunners. 2025
yeah.
should be their year if Tony Khan knows what's good for him.
Yeah.
All right. Next category. Here we go to the good stuff. Female Wrestler of the Year. We'll start with Emil.
All right, so my female wrestler of the year goes out to Liv Morgan. She had a signature year this year, definitely. Winning the women's championship, holding on to the women's championship in the second half of the year. She had the good but really long feuds with the Rhea Ripley, and she proved herself that she could be a main event player in WWE. So aside from my complaints about the feud being too long, Liv Morgan I think deserved this nod this year.
Mm-hmm. Sige, ikaw, Ro, who's your female wrestler of the year?
My pick for female wrestler of the year is Mercedes Moné. I think she deserved not just that honor, but because she is representing two companies in one run right now, and the fact that she has been able to adapt to almost everything that has been thrown her way, and while staying healthy. I think is one of her generational runs in her career so far. So, for all we know, this might be her last good run talaga. So, sana naman hindi. Pero this is an all-timer for her right now. And I think we should honor it while it's still happening.
All right. Sige. So, I couldn't pick until just moments ago, but I will pick Toni Storm as my female wrestler of the year. What a complete package. From the character work to the in-ring work. She just doubled down on the unhingedness of the timeless Toni Storm character, introduced more characters into her universe, about with Mariah May being part of it, telling that really epic story leading into All In at Wembley Stadium. And then now, being clueless Toni Storm or 51st Dates Toni Storm, however you want to call her. Clearly, hindi pa tapos yung story, but I'm just really a fan of the character work and how Toni Storm has shown us over the last year plus, actually, na, if you just put her in the right situation and get her creative juices going, diba? With the right inspiration, she can have her own all-time run. And I think that... Ha? Pero kakadebut lang niya, diba? Oh. Kakapakilala lang niya kina Diana Perazzo and Tony Schiavone and whoever else. But yeah, Toni Storm, man, really deserving of being called Female Wrestler of the Year. All right, kung may female wrestler of the year, syempre may male wrestler of the year. So let's start with Ro this time for this category.
Oh, sorry, male wrestler of the year. Okay, this is a bit surprising if you know my history with this person, but it was a little hard to pick this one this year. I think a lot of people did not really have super consistent years, except for one person. I want to pick Will Ospreay as my male wrestler of the year. Cody Rhodes, yes, somebody will pick this, and I think medyo obvious siya. Pero when it comes to all around consistency, can't go further, can't go wrong than Will Ospreay. He has been delivering. He has been on a tear, a generational run as well. I think a generational run that will also leave him a lot more injured than he wants to be. But if you want good wrestling, if you want the best in-ring action possible, it is Will Ospreay right now.
Mm-hmm. All right, Emil?
All right, so my male wrestler of the year goes out to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. I don't know if this is really his final year, but he did say this is his final year, and he went out with a bang. A lot of really great matches from him this year.
He went out with a bag, Emil. His head was literally put in a bag.
But he finally won a world championship in AEW, which is something we have always wanted. had that great moment no All In, when him and Swerve having a match of the year candidate. Had that great match against Osprey as well nung early this year. Had a good match against Nigel McGuinness, which is something I really wanted to see. And yeah, I mean, what else can we say about Brian Danielson? This guy is a legend, and he pulled off a 1998 Michael Jordan here by having an incredible year to end his career.
Mm-hmm. All right, I will pick the hometown guy or the company guy in Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
as male wrestler of the year. Easy pick, yes, I know, pero sinabi na ni Emil kanina, di ba? He did the John Cena schedule and he did what he set out to do when he returned to WWE in 2022, which was to be the face of the company and to lead the company in this brand new chapter in the history of the business at large, di ba? Entering the Netflix era as the WWE champion, as the face talaga of this multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. It doesn't really get any bigger than that for any wrestler. Diba? So for Cody Rhodes to willingly take up that mantle and to fulfill the job responsibly, I think, and put on all of those performances then from this calendar year, I think he really does deserve to be male wrestler of the year. All right. Last couple of categories here. Let's talk about story of the year. And no, we're not talking about the emo band. We are talking about our favorite program from 2024. So, Emil, let's start with you.
So my story of the year is the finish the story, the Cody Rhodes. I know this story started a year ago, but we got the conclusion this year, and it almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen because one Dwayne Johnson wanted to insert himself into the main event, but we all know what happened, right? Like the crowd got behind Cody. They really wanted Cody to finish his story, and we got one of the best storylines in WWE in the last 20 years. Everyone involved, not just Cody, but Roman, The Rock, especially. He became a great foil to Cody Rhodes. Mama Rhodes, we were shouting, we were chanting Mama Rhodes a viewing party for both days, and the segments that it brought as well, that yung one of the segments na tumatak sa akin yung when Rock attacked Cody sa labas ng arena, when it was also raining, that and all the jabs, all the trash talk, and of course the conclusion, which happened at WrestleMania. So, a hell of a WrestleMania story, and also a hell of a story for 2024.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ro, how about your pick?
We have the same pick, or did
No,
you change your pick?
I have changed my pick.
Okay, you've changed your pick. All right. So yeah, my pick is a little cheating because it really encompasses a lot of different little stories that branched out from it. But my pick for story of the year is the overarching Bloodline saga, and I don't just mean anything. Basically, I mean rather that if you are involved or have been involved or have dealt with the fallout from being involved with Roman Reigns, whether you're Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and so many other people who have had their lives changed or their on-screen lives changed because they were entangled one way or another with Roman Reigns, whether they chose to ally with him, whether they suffered his wrath, whether their careers have changed their course because of his winning ways, because of the bloodline. This was the story. This is right now the anchor story that almost everything in WWE revolves around. And because it is the anchor for everything in WWE, or almost everything in WWE, it stands that everything is well, or almost everything is well told because it has been, written into the grand scheme of the Bloodline arc.
Counted ba yung MCMG as part of the Bloodline saga since they technically did win their championships from the Bloodline?
No, it has to be Roman Reigns. People have been people have to be connected to Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sige. So my pick for story of the year is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. It was the epitome of hate hatred. I still can't forget how visceral talaga yung Hell in a Cell match na yun, di ba? And getting to experience being on commentary for that one and really describing the physical manifestations of hate and what it does to your body and what it makes you want to do to another person. Sobrang very cathartic siya for me personally. And I really loved how si CM Punk kasi made man na siya. He is a wrestling legend, but I think this feud really elevated Drew McIntyre to a different level. And it wasn't even a championship feud. It was really just a grudge match between two dudes who did not like one another. So it was a lot of fun, spawned a lot of memes and a lot of zingers from both sides. So yeah, that is why that's my story of the year. All right, we are down to our final category, which is match of the year, and we have a local pick for this one. So let's start with Ro.
Yes, I am the local pick. It is cheating because I am tangentially part of this match on commentary. Right, my pick for match of the year. I think you already know since I already mentioned local. There is only one choice. 30 minutes, time limit draw. Zack Sabre Jr., Jake De Leon. If you were not there, you miss history, and you can still watch it on Dexcon's tawag doon, Helix Pay page. Diba? I think it's still up there, if I remember correctly. And you can watch it on TV. You can watch it hopefully soon on streaming. It is the local event of the year, and I was so happy to be a part of it, to be on the call for it, to narrate the monumental event that it was back in May. So that is me pimping out our product, yes, but it really did deserve to be pimped out. It is a testament to the capability of the Filipino wrestler. Even if, yes, JDL is the best among us, if he can do it, someday someone else from here can as well.
Loved getting to experience this as well. I got called a cunt by Zack Sabre Jr. during this match, so that was pretty fun. So yeah, great pick. Also a good culmination and celebration sa first decade of Philippine wrestling, diba? Very appropriate main event for Dekada.
Greatest match I've ever seen in person. I will say that.
All right. Very high praise for Emil Nate, not on his shit list. Okay. My pick for match of the year is Gunther versus Sami Zayn from WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 was the finish the story of all finish the stories. Kasi ang daming story ang natapos at WrestleMania 40. One of them being Gunther's 666-day reign as Intercontinental Champion. And medyo weird na all of the baby faces like Sammy, Bailey, and Cody all got to have their babyface finish the story moment. But I think for me personally, Sammy's story was just much more emotional. I don't know why. Maybe because I really love Sami Zayn. Maybe because yung pagka-underdog niya against Gunther hit different. I don't know. But experiencing it on commentary gave me chills, and watching it was one of those things na parang I knew it. Na I was very aware that this is one of those matches I will keep citing in the future. Just because of how it hit all of the emotional buttons. So when Sammy finally put Gunther away and got the 1-2-3, it was such a cathartic release from the crowd. Much like Emil's pick, but since I didn't want to share that pick with him, I went with Gunther versus Sammy.
Yep, that's a good pick. My second favorite match of the year as well. And Sammy hit the freaking brainbuster, a move that I haven't seen him do ever since his days in the independent scene. So, much deserved naman. Match of the year.
Mm-hmm. All right, Emil, finish it off.
All right, so
my
match of the year goes out to the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, Bloodline Rules match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. It's Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, and I go back to our viewing party, and I was watching this Skinny Mike's, and the explosion of that crowd for every single one in Lumabas from the Usos. They went out, they did their thing. John Cena came out, Solo Sikoa. The Shield music, which a lot of people thought they got Moxley to appear for just one night. You know,
Tunog siya.
yeah. Like I swear, I thought I was the only one, but a lot of people did also think that they got Moxley for not just one night, pero hindi nangyari. But still, and the Undertaker and all of it, all
Cena.
of the Cena as well. Yeah, again, it was your Avengers Endgame na ending na people have craved ever since last year. And yeah, finish the story. It was a redemption from last year. Kasi last year medyo malungkot yung Skinny Mics after the main event. But this one, like I swear, people who didn't even know each other were hugging and high-fiving sa Skinny Mics. I was there. I was in the middle of it. And yung mga hindi magkakilala na pumasok, sila na nag-high-five eh. after nung match, I haven't seen a match that brought out such emotions in people like that. So this is my match of the year.
All right. Ito, may nagsasabi na for next year, Match of the Year candidate, WrestleMania at Philippine Arena.
What's
Eddie
the
Thorpe
Philippine
versus
Arena?
Emil Nate with Eric Eruption Tai as special guest referee.
Are you sure? How are we not? How are we sure that that Eruption isn't the opponent here?
How are we sure Emil Nate will not walk away with a murder charge on his hands? So there. That's gonna wrap up our year-end awards, our annual holiday tradition here on the Wrestling Podcast. Daming interaction here for the live stream. Really enjoyed doing this here with all of you as we spend the holidays together, and we might do something similar for next year's year-end awards. So as we wind down here, I think we can take just take a few moments since it's a super long extended episode na rin naman to just be thankful for the year that has passed for 2024, all of the wrestling moments, all of the events that we got to attend, all of the new friends we've made, the old friends we've reconnected with or stayed in touch with, diba? Do you guys want to just say a few words to wrap up 2024?
It has been a crazy year. Ako naman yung lagi nasa events here. So, thank you so much for continuing to support. You guys, we do this for you kasi we wanted you to find people to share your love for wrestling with. Kasi that's how this whole thing started anyway. That's how this podcast started. That's how local wrestling got started. So, I'm glad, I'm happy that you all keep turning up, keep enjoying your love for wrestling and keep enjoying professional wrestling with us, that you choose to do it with us. Like, it still blows my mind that you guys choose us to to share it with, because there are other choices, there are other people, but you are here and you have made the choice, and we are eternally grateful for that.
Ayun, gusto ko lang pasalamat din sa mga listeners natin, and to the people who shows up sa mga viewing parties, quiz nights and everything. Like when I started here, wala pa akong kaibigan na wrestling fan. I can only count with my one hand people who I could talk wrestling with. But now I have you guys. I have so many friends now who I can share wrestling memes with, who could talk wrestling with, and I will always be thankful to this community for yeah. Tama si Carlo. Ganun din. Wala akong masyadong wrestling friends before, but now I have you guys, and pagpatuloy lang natin to in the next year, 2025.
May sinasabi si Jasper.
Oh, sabi niya backstage, thank you for the wrestling friends. I wish I had.
Oh yeah, I agree, Jasper.
Did no one else talk wrestling with you guys? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It was such a big thing in high school.
Because when I was in high school, parang a lot of people think it's corny na eh. It was in the PG era. So I was in high school in the PG era. So it was tough. And even in college, talagang wala eh. I can only count with, I think I can only have 2 people who can talk wrestling with. So,
yeah. Rose said a lot of it. Na gusto kong sabihin na, it is crazy that you guys choose us to listen to talk wrestling, diba? That you go to our events, you hang out with us, you say hi when we do the local shows or yung mga pakulo namin
Yeah.
dito sa podcast. That you continue to support us as we head into our 11th year of the pod. Personally, this podcast and wrestling in general has opened so many doors for me. So much so na it's about to be my full-time job. And it's nuts. So, sobrang thankful ako that all of this is happening, that all of you are part of this journey, and that we can continue to keep doing this with you and for you, through 2025 and beyond. So, we'll see you at our next events, our viewing parties, yung mga quiz night, whatever pakulo we have, yung mga local events that we get to be a part of that you guys hopefully get to watch. Kita-kita tayo doon. And we hope to continue to be that community of wrestling fans that you will find a safe space in. Kasi yun naman din yung gusto naming ma-achieve in starting the podcast and building the community that we have worked so hard to maintain a safe space for over the last few years. So maraming salamat. And we wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. And much like Jacob Fatu loves Solo Sikoa, we love you all. So maraming salamat. And we will see you next year. So thank you very much to Babyface producer Jasper and everyone over at TPN for all of their help behind the scenes. Make sure to follow the pod at Wrestling2X Pod on TikTok, Twitter, and Blue Sky, at Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and on Spotify. Individually, it is at Roas War, at EML_Meister, at Chino Supersized, at Monday Night Rowan, and at _Stan C. And we will catch you in 2025, Outcasts. So please stay safe, stay dry, don't be a dick to your service workers and tip them extra. At kung magpapaputok kayo, sana hindi yung nakakasakit sa mga aso. Right? Or sa mga taong magugulatin. Right? Have a great, safe, and enjoyable holiday season, Outcasts. Happy holidays.
Peace.